Next, the shrill voice echoed through the cavernous chamber, its metallic undertones grating on Xylop's last nerve. He shuffled forward, all 6 of his appendages trembling with a mix of exhaustion and frustration. The Galactic Conquest Corporation's customer service center was a nightmare of brutalist architecture and oppressive bureaucracy. Xylop had been waiting for what felt like eons, though his chronometer insisted it had only been 47 galactic standard hours. As he approached the counter, a bored-looking Vexthorian clerk fixed him with 3 of its 7 eyes. "State your grievance," it droned. Xylop took a deep breath, his exoskeleton creaking with the effort. "I wish to lodge a formal complaint about planet Earth," he began, voice quavering. It's defective." The clerk's other 4 eyes swiveled to focus on him. "Defective?" it repeated, a hint of interest creeping into its monotone. "Please elaborate." "Well," Xylop said, mandibles clicking nervously, "I purchased Earth through the GCC's Conquer Your Dream World program. The brochure promised an easily subjugated class, 3 civilization. But when my invasion fleet arrived, we were... Yes, the clerk prompted, all 7 eyes now locked on Xylop. "We were put on hold," Xylop wailed, his carapace flushing a distressed shade of puce. "The entire planet has some kind of customer service shield. My warships couldn't get through. And the music! By the cosmic void. The music!" The clerk's appendages flew across a holographic keyboard. Earth, it muttered. "Ah yes, Sol System, Milky Way Galaxy. I'm not seeing any notes about a customer service shield in our records." Xylop's eye stalks drooped. "That's because it's not a conventional defense system. Somehow, they've weaponized their own inefficiency. My fleet was trapped in an endless loop of 'your call is important to us and please stay on the line.' And you're certain this wasn't a translation error?" the clerk asked, skepticism oozing from every pore. "No!" Xylop shouted, startling a group of gelatinous beings waiting behind him. Sorry, he muttered before turning back to the clerk. "Look, I've conquered 17 planets before this. I know the difference between a translation error and whatever that was." The clerk sighed, a sound like sandpaper on metal. "Very well, I'll file your complaint. But be warned, the Galactic Conquest Corporation has a strict no-refunds policy on planetary acquisitions." Xylop's exoskeleton paled. But what am I supposed to do? My entire invasion budget is sunk into this." The clerk's eyes swiveled independently, scanning a series of holographic readouts. "Well, according to our records, you did opt for our Budget Conquer Your Own Risk package. Perhaps if you'd invested in our premium, guaranteed galactic domination plan." "Don't try to upsell me now," Xylop screeched, his voice rising to a pitch that shattered several nearby crystalline life forms. "I demand to speak to your supervisor." The clerk's expression, if possible, became even more bored. "Certainly," it drawled. "Please hold." A familiar, cheerful jingle began to play from hidden speakers. Xylop's eyes widened in horror as the clerk's counter slowly began to descend into the floor. No, not again," Xylop wailed, but it was too late. The counter vanished, leaving him alone with the maddening music and a soothing voice. "Thank you for your patience. Your complaint is important to us. A Galactic Conquest Corporation representative will be with you shortly. Did you know that with our Platinum Cosmic Dominator package, you can conquer up to 3 planets for the price of 2? Ask our representatives for details." Xylop sank to the floor, his exoskeleton quivering. As the hold music droned on, he couldn't shake the feeling that somehow, somewhere, the humans were laughing at him. Moxie Brightstar slouched in her ergonomic chair, feet propped up on her desk, idly twirling a strand of her neon blue hair. The night shift at Earth's interstellar customer service hub was usually mind-numbingly boring, but tonight was different. "Holy crap, Zig, are you seeing this?" Moxie called out, her eyes wide as she stared at the holographic display hovering above her workstation. Ziggy Quark, a lanky guy with more piercings than skin, rolled his chair over. "What's up, Mox?" "Another Martian complaining about our return policy on HFY." The display showed hundreds, no, thousands of incoming calls, all originating from beyond the solar system. Is this for real? Ziggy asked, his voice a mix of awe and panic. Moxie's fingers flew across her hollow keyboard. It's legit, all right. We've got... Holy guacamole, we got an alien invasion force on hold. Just then, their supervisor, Vera Nexus, burst into the room. People, we got a Code Omega situation here. The Galactic Defense Council just confirmed. Earth is under attack. The room erupted into chaos. Interns spilled coffee, senior reps fainted, and someone in accounting started stress-eating staplers. Quiet. Vera's voice cut through the pandemonium like a laser through butter. This is not a drill, but it's also not a disaster. In fact, she paused, a mischievous glint in her eye. This might just be our finest hour. Moxie and Ziggy exchanged confused glances. A boss? Moxie ventured. How exactly is an alien invasion our finest hour? Vera grinned, a sight that usually preceded either genius or madness. Because, Brightstar, we're going to defeat them with our greatest weapon, bureaucracy. The room fell silent, then erupted in laughter. I'm serious, Vera insisted. Think about it. What's the one thing every advanced civilization in the universe has in common? Bad hair days? Ziggy offered. No, Vera shouted. Customer service. It's the universal constant. And Earth has perfected the art of infuriating customer service. Understanding dawned on Moxie's face. So, we're going to what? Annoy them into submission? Exactly, Vera exclaimed. Moxie, you're our best rep. I want you on the main line. Ziggy, you're on hold music duty. Everyone else, prepare for the most intense shift of your lives. As the team scrambled to their stations, Moxie took a deep breath and opened the first alien communication channel. Thank you for calling Earth. Where your invasion is important to us, she began, her voice sickly sweet. Para continuar en español, presione 2. Fortzufahren auf Deutsch, drücken Sie 3. Pour continuer en français, appuyez sur 4. She continued through every language on Earth, and then some she made up on the spot. By the time she finished, the alien on the other end was making a sound that could only be described as a cosmic scream of frustration. Meanwhile, Ziggy had assembled the most mind-numbing playlist in history. Elevator music interspersed with ukulele covers of heavy metal songs and sporadic bursts of static. Hours passed. The alien fleet remained in orbit, trapped in an endless loop of hold music, language options, and chipper representatives who were always just about to transfer them to the right department. As the sun rose over the horizon, Vera gathered her team. We bought Earth some time, she announced. But this is just the beginning. We need to prepare for the longest, most arduous customer service experience in galactic history. Moxie cracked her knuckles, a fierce determination in her eyes. Bring it on. Little did the alien invaders know, they had just encountered humanity's secret weapon, the power to annoy on a cosmic scale. The battle for Earth had begun, and it would be fought not with lasers or bombs, but with hold music and please hold while I transfer you. Commander ZYX of the Galactic Conquest Corporation's 7th Annihilation Fleet was not having a good day. His tentacles were knotted with stress, and all 5 of his hearts were palpitating erratically. Status report now, he bellowed, his voice echoing through the bridge of his flagship. Lieutenant Blorp, a gelatinous mass of nervous energy, wobbled forward. Sir, it's not good. We've lost contact with 30% of our fleet. They're not destroyed. They're just unavailable. Unavailable? ZYX roared. What in the name of the cosmic void does that mean? Blorp quivered. They're still on hold, sir. Some have been transferred to the billing department, and others are speaking with a specialist about their concerns. We can't seem to get them back. ZYX's eye stalks drooped in disbelief. And the rest? Well, Blorp hesitated. 70% of our remaining ships are trapped in what the humans call an automated phone tree. The other 30%, they've gone native, sir. Native? ZYX's color shifted to an alarming shade of puce. Explain. Now! Blorp pulled up a hollow display. It seems prolonged exposure to Earth's customer service has had an unusual effect. These crews have started adopting human behaviors. They're demanding to speak to managers, leaving angry reviews on Galactic Yelp, and some Some have even started telemarketing, sir. ZYX stared in horror as the display showed footage of once proud warrior races now hunched over makeshift desks, tentacles wrapped around primitive communication devices, trying to sell extended warranties to each other. This is madness. ZYX sputtered. We are conquerors. We do not. Cold call. Just then, the ship's communication system crackled to life. A sickeningly cheerful voice filled the bridge. Thank you for your continued patience. Your invasion is very important to us. Did you know that for just 5 easy payments of 9.99 galactic credits, you could upgrade to our premium invasion package? Act now, and we'll throw in a free set of steak knives. Enough! ZYX bellowed. Cut all communications. Prepare for a direct assault. Blorp wobbled nervously. But sir, our weapon systems they're in sleep mode. Then wake them up. We can't, sir. They need to update their software, and the Earth's customer service has our authentication codes on hold. ZYX felt a migraine building in all 3 of his brains. This was supposed to be an easy conquest, a mere footnote in his illustrious career. Instead, it had become a nightmare of bureaucratic proportions. Meanwhile, back on Earth, the customer service rebellion was in full swing. Moxie Brightstar had become a legend, her ability to transfer calls to non-existent departments reaching mythic proportions. Listen up, team, Vera announced to the exhausted but exhilarated staff. We got them on the ropes. It's time for our secret weapon. Ziggy looked up from his console, where he'd been remixing Baby Shark with the Windows 95 startup sound. You don't mean? Vera nodded solemnly. Oh yes, it's time for the survey. A collective gasp rippled through the room. The survey was legendary, a labyrinthine questionnaire designed to extract every ounce of patience from its victims. Moxie cracked her knuckles, a manic grin spreading across her face. Let's do this. As one, Earth's customer service representatives unleashed their ultimate weapon. Across the alien fleet, communication channels were flooded with an endless barrage of questions. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your invasion experience? Would you recommend Earth to other potential conquerors? How likely are you to invade again in the future? The questions went on, each more inane than the last. And with each query, the once mighty alien fleet crumbled a little more. In his flagship, Commander ZYX stared out at the blue-green planet that had so thoroughly defeated him. Not with weapons or warriors, but with the most insidious force in the universe: bureaucracy. As his ship systems were slowly overtaken by the relentless survey, ZYX had only one thought. Perhaps we should have just sent an email. The Galactic Conquest Corporation's headquarters buzzed with panic. Emergency klaxons blared, holographic displays flashed red, and executives scurried about like startled Zorgon roaches. In the center of the chaos stood So Xander Prophet, his usually immaculate tentacles frazzled and his chromatic skin flickering between shades of anxiety. Someone explain to me how we're losing to a bunch of primates with headsets, he bellowed, his voice causing nearby interns to quiver in their exoskeletons. Glix, the head of planetary acquisitions, slithered forward. Sir, it appears we underestimated Earth's defenses. Their customer service techniques are unprecedented. Xander's eyes narrowed. Unprecedented? We've conquered millions of planets. How can anything be unprecedented? Well, Glix hesitated. Most civilizations fight back with, weapons. The Earthlings, they're weaponizing inconvenience. Just then, a frantic messenger burst into the room. Sir, we have a problem. The humans, they've gone viral. Viral? Xander blinked in confusion. Is that some sort of biological weapon? The messenger shook his head frantically. No, sir. They're all over Galactube. Look, a massive screen flickered to life, showing a compilation of the GCC's failed invasion attempts. There was Commander ZYX, his tentacles tangled in primitive Earth communication devices. Another clip showed alien warriors weeping in frustration as they navigated endless phone menus. The video was set to a catchy Earth tune called Never Gonna Give You Up. It's even worse on Spacebook and Instagalaxy, the messenger added. We're being MME'd, sir. Xander felt all 3 of his hearts sink. What's our current approval rating? Glix consulted a holographic chart. We've dropped from feared conquerors to mildly annoying telemarketers overnight. Our stock is plummeting faster than a Neptunian gravity well. Damage control, Xander roared. Give me our PR team, now! Moments later, a harried-looking alien in a sleek suit materialized via hologram. Sir, we're doing our best, but the humans, they're relentless. Every statement we release gets turned into something called a copy pasta. They're trolling us, sir. Trolling. Xander's confusion deepened. Are they using some sort of primitive Earth creature as a weapon? No, sir. It's worse. They're using humor. The room fell silent, save for the continuing alarms and the distant sound of executives panic molting. Listen to this, the PR rep continued, pulling up a holographic transcript. This is from their global information network, something called Twitter. At Galactic Conquest Corp, more like Galactic Conquest Flop. Am I right? Hashtag invasion fail. Hashtag hold please. Xander's chromatic skin turned a sickly shade of puce. This is a disaster. We're becoming a laughingstock. Meanwhile, back on Earth, Moxie Brightstar was having the time of her life. She just finished a grueling 12-hour shift of keeping alien invaders on hold, and now she was scrolling through the aftermath on her phone. Check it out, Zig, she called to her coworker. We're trending. Ziggy peered over her shoulder, his piercings jingling. Holy cow, we've got more likes than that video of the cat playing piano. Vera strode into the break room, a rare smile on her face. Great work, team, but don't get cocky. The GCC isn't going to take this lying down. We need to prepare for their counterattack. Counterattack? Moxie raised an eyebrow. What could they possibly do? Sue us for bad customer service? Vera's expression turned grim. Worse, they might try to improve their own customer service. We need to stay one step ahead. Ziggy, I want you to make our hold music even more annoying. Moxie, start drafting a new script with at least 50% more unnecessary options. As the team set to work, none of them realized that their actions were about to trigger a chain of events that would reshape the very fabric of galactic society. The customer service wars had only just begun, and Earth was leading the charge with a potent mixture of bureaucracy, memes, and sheer, stubborn humanity. In the vast expanse of space, countless civilizations watched and waited, wondering if they should fear Earth's power or sign up for their apparently superior phone plans. The Galactic Council chambers buzzed with tension. Representatives from 1,000 worlds shifted nervously in their anti-gravity seats, their appendages trembling as they awaited the arrival of the most feared species in the universe. Order! Order! Bellowed High Counselor Zorp, his crystalline form vibrating with stress. The humans have agreed to meet with us. Remember, no sudden movements. The massive doors creaked open, and in walked 3 utterly unremarkable bipeds. Moxie Brightstar strode in first, her neon blue hair clashing gloriously with the chamber's austere decor. Behind her, Ziggy Quark slouched, idly fiddling with his piercings. Vera Nexus brought up the rear, her eyes scanning the room with a mix of amusement and calculation. Sup, Galaxy? Moxie called out, her voice echoing through the stunned silence. High Counselor Zorp cleared his throat, or the crystalline equivalent thereof. Humans of Earth, you stand before the Galactic Council to answer for your awesome customer service skills? Moxie offered with a grin. Crimes, Zorp thundered. You have single-handedly disrupted the entire galactic economy. Mighty empires are crumbling because their warriors refuse to fight until they speak to a manager. Ziggy shrugged. Not our fault you guys can't handle being put on hold for a few months. The chamber erupted in outrage. Threats were made in 1,000 languages, most of which involved creative uses of black holes. Silence. Vera's voice cut through the chaos like a laser through butter. We're not here to apologize. We're here to negotiate. Zorp's crystalline structure paled. Negociate? Moxie stepped forward, her expression suddenly serious. Look, we get it. You guys are used to conquering worlds, not dealing with bureaucracy. But here's the thing. Humans thrive on that stuff. It's true, Ziggy added. We invented red tape. You merely adopted it. Vera nodded. So here's our offer. We'll teach you our ways. Customer service, tech support, even middle management. A collective gasp rippled through the chamber. In exchange, Vera continued, Earth becomes a protected planet. No more invasion attempts, no more conquer your dream world programs. Deal? The council chamber descended into frenzied debate. Hours passed as arguments were made, alliances shifted, and at least 3 minor civil wars broke out and were quickly resolved. Finally, High Counselor Zorp spoke. We accept your terms, humans, but know this. The galaxy will be watching you closely. Moxie grinned. Great. Now, if you could just fill out this satisfaction survey. The sound of 1,000 alien faces hitting 1,000 alien palms echoed through the chamber. In the years that followed, Earth became the galaxy's hub for all things customer service related. Alien civilizations sent their brightest minds to learn the arcane arts of hold music composition and the sacred ritual of escalating to a supervisor. Moxie, Ziggy, and Vera became legends, their names whispered with a mixture of awe and terror across the cosmos. Earth's economy boomed as it exported its most valuable resource, the ability to remain calm while dealing with intensely frustrated beings. And so, humanity found its place among the stars not through force of arms, but through the power of mild inconvenience and stubborn persistence. The universe would never be the same, but more importantly, it would never be on hold for quite so long ever again. As for the Galactic Conquest Corporation, they rebranded as Galacticare, your one-stop shop for interstellar customer solutions. Their new slogan? Because sometimes, the best way to conquer a world is with a smile and a how may I help you today. In the end, it wasn't Earth's weapons or technology that earned its place in the galactic community. It was humanity's unique ability to not only endure endless frustration, but to weaponize it. And in a universe of countless wonders and terrors, that turned out to be the most powerful force of all. The last human to leave the Galactic Council chambers that day was Ziggy. As the doors closed behind him, he couldn't resist one final quip. Thank you for choosing Earth. Your planet is important to us. Have a nice eternity.